Hey guys, what's up? I hope everyone had a good Christmas. And it's Comic Saturday. Today's topic, we're going to look at keeping everything on. Okay. Now, on my last week's video, Dominic Izzo, who's a Wing Chun teacher in Chicago, he sent me a message on YouTube, and he mentioned that, um, you know, when I move and when I disengage from the dummy and things, I don't turn off my body. I still maintain my structure. And he did point that out, and made me realize that, of course, a lot of people, well, it's not as if I didn't know it before, but a lot of people do tend to lose their structure as they disengage. And so I thought I'd cover that today. Okay, how do you not lose your structure? How do you stay on? Okay, and not break the structure. Okay, so first of all, it's easier to it's a lot harder sorry, it's a lot easier to gain something if you never lose it in the first place. Okay, I'm gotta how to figure out the best way to put that. Okay, so if you never lose it, if you have a habit of always turning off and turning on and off and on, there is a chance that one of these days when you turn off, you won't be able to turn it back on again in time. Okay, so the best solution is just never turn it off. All right, that's the best way. All right, so a couple of things. Number one is that everything has to be engaged at all times. All right. Now, in addition to learning Wing Chun, I also do boxing. Actually, boxing was my first martial art. I did boxing, and also do Bagua and Xingyi. Okay, and I do some Muay Thai as well, but I'm not really qualified to teach Muay Thai. The other arts I can. Okay. And in those arts, particularly in Bagua, there's a lot of coiling movements and things, and zigzag stepping. And whenever you're doing that, it's very important that everything stays on all the time. Okay. And in addition to that, there's always a push-pull personality to everything you do. Okay. So I mean, if I'm doing let's say I'm doing a 1, 2, 3. Okay, a jab, a right hand, and a left hook. Okay. Well, this hand's out here. This hand, the pulling back of this hand is what kind of powers the right. Okay, pulling back of and then pulling back of this hand is what powers the hook. Okay, so it's always a push. It's always a push pull. When I do this, right, an uppercut here, my other shoulder is going back as this goes forward. Okay, so the thing is that because you're thinking about that, nothing is ever turned off. If I'm only thinking about this, it's too easy for this hand to drop down low and do a bow and arrow thing, this kind of stuff, right? This way, I know that I have to always have everything engaged at all times. I'm never off. I'm never off. Okay, and that's important to understand now. Okay, in Bagua as well. Okay. Here's the movement in Bagua, where I will come up here. I'll begin with a parry, inside parry, then an outward parry, and then a strike. Now it's time for me to step through with this leg in a zigzag over there. Well, if I just kind of turn it off, that's a void. Okay, and remember, we can't turn it off. So what I do is after I'm here, I step, but I have a little parry there. So I'm not off. Then I come here, and then I come here. Step. I'm never turning it off. And again, just like in the boxing, okay, we have that push-pull. All right. So if I'm doing here, there is a pulling of this shoulder and a pushing of this one. Right. And then here, and then right. Like this actually follows the same plane of movement, because here I'm doing an inside push and then an outside push. I'm still moving in the same direction. I'm moving this way, right? So inside, outside, and then boom. Inside, outside, boom. See? So I'm never turning it off. So you're always thinking, everything is engaged at all times, and you're always pushing and pulling. If one thing isn't pushing, it's pulling. Okay, but nothing is ever void. Nothing is ever just sitting there doing nothing. You're either pushing, you're pulling, you're moving. There's some kind of energy going into every part of your body. Okay, including that guard hand, the rear hand. People think of the guard hand as just you're holding it there, but it's dead. it's not dead, okay? It is very much alive, okay? If I do a finger jab coming here, people only think about this, and they tend to lean forward because they're only thinking about this. But if I'm thinking about everything, I'm thinking about keeping my structure, my legs, my core, my center, okay? Now, and when I'm here, this hand is ready to go too. I'm good. Boom. Okay, I'm ready to go because maybe maybe I'll do a follow up there, right? But I'm not only thinking about this because I'm thinking about this. I tend to lean forward, right? Here, I'm still able to keep that structure as I go forward, and I can, I single bit, right? Okay, come in and always bring your dinner back home, okay? It goes out and right back home, okay? Bring back home, bring your dinner back home, okay? Boom. Doesn't count unless you bring your dinner back home, okay? Boom, okay? All right, but this hand is engaged. It's not dead. It's ready to go. I can do whatever, okay? All right. Okay, so that's the thing. So looking specifically at the section, the dummy section, which I did last week, okay? So you see how the push-pull thing, when it works and stuff. So looking at the dummy, incidentally, practicing the air dummy is very important, okay? Without the dummy itself. In fact, before I learned the actual dummy, I had to do the air dummy first, and then I got to do the actual dummy, okay? That's old school stuff, okay? All right, so go shift, there's a lap da, pull, then I go here, the bong style, right? Now, as soon as I hear, see, here's a part where people disengage and they just they kind of turn things off. The hands are here, but the body is shut off. You can see it shut off, all right? So, here, the second, so I step here, the second I do the disengage, immediately this hand is getting ready to push, and this hand's getting ready to pull. I go bang, bang, see? Here and here. Nothing is ever shut off, you see? It's on all the time. This is not just a guard hand, this hand is alive. Here, both hands work together. So here, okay, and that's actually a drill. When you do the form, when you do any form, you want to isolate the different parts of the movements, of the sections, and break them down. So that section right there, I will go up and down here for, I don't know how many times, and I'll just do this. I will go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You don't just do the form. Well, if you do the entire form, the hell is that? Okay. If you do the entire form in a workout, you might get it, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 times, maybe. I mean, that's quite good. Okay, maybe 6. I don't know, 10, maybe. Okay, but what if I do this drill up and down? Get accustomed to that pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling. That meditation, right? I'm doing that all up and down here. I mean, I might do that 100 times. I don't know. Okay, so there you go, right? Then I'll go 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and again, I don't lose the structure. I always on, right? Never lose it. So, okay. Anyways, that's it. Okay. Whenever you work on anything, remember, never shut anything off. Everything is in play all the time. All right. That's why so many people have the problem with shutting things off when they disengage, because they're not thinking about that. Okay. You have to remember that everything is always push and pull, and everything is always on, always engaged. Your hand, your feet, your hips, every part of your body is doing something. In the internal arts, they say one part moves, all parts move. Okay? So a good drill is, remember, every single inch counts. Okay? A good drill is to take the movements and do them very, very slowly. Okay, when you see people doing tai chi and stuff, there's a reason for that, okay? Because they're trying to feel every inch of the movement. All right, so let's do that section again. I'm here, right? Come here. I do the lap da. Is my elbow down? My structure good. I pull. I step. And here boom. Then I do the ganda. I do ganda. I do the changeover. This hand comes up. Kwanzaa. And bang. Boom. Boom. See? So every single thing you do, you have to feel it, and you have to make sure that everything is working. And then we can do it faster. It's gonna all be there because you work on those energies and all those good habits for a long time. Okay, so anything you do now, this is specific to Wing Chun stuff, but anything you do, like I said before, with the boxing, right? Always think about everything being on at all times. Okay, you know, if you know, and even if you do like a front kick, okay, like a teep in Muay Thai, for example, right? Well, the hand will swing down as the foot goes forward, right? Everything's engaged, right? So again, nothing is shut off, right? This hand's engaged, and it goes forward, right? Right, it goes forward, okay. But that's the idea, right? Again, nothing is shut off. Everything's always engaged, okay. And remember, always push, pull, okay? Push, pull, okay? And yeah, that's it. Anyways, everyone have a good New Year's Eve. Stay safe, and I'll see you in 2023.